Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm servicing a car with a diesel engine which has a 1.6 D4D diesel engine, and this engine also called N47C BMW engine. So that is also installed in Toyota Verso, Totoya Auris, Toyota RAV4 and Toyota Avensis. You will more likely find them from 2013 and up. So this is a Mini Cooper engine, so you will find that is also on some Mini Cooper models as well. If you look on the side of the engine, you will find the engine number here, N47C. So any car which has this N47C engine, the service procedure is the same. This engine, which is N47C, has a capacity of 5.2 liter, so that's 5 liter and 200 ml. So you can buy any good brand of oil, engine oil, with the 5W30 C3. So that is a particular engine oil for this engine, which is 5W30 C3. I will put that in description as well. So the oil filter, once you open the box, you will see the filter in there, and a rubber seal and a copper seal. You will need both of them when you're changing your filter and your oil. So this is a sump seal, which I will show you when I am opening the sump nut. So once you jack up the car, under the car you can see a 10mm 3 bolts there. So first we need to remove the cover with these 3 bolts, then we can access the sump nut there, just behind this cover. So this sump nut is a 17mm, but there is not enough room to use a ratchet to open this sump nut. So the best thing to use is a 17mm spanner. And you can probably see there is a washer also with the sump nut, as I shown you earlier, that comes with a filter. So when you remove this sump nut, you need to change the washer as well. Here you can see the sump nut. So with the 17mm spanner, you just open it towards the anti-clockwise. One hit, and I think it's loose now. Yeah. There is a washer with this sump nut as well, so you can change this washer with your new filter. The washer is supplied with the filter. It's very important. If you don't use the washer with the sump nut, there will be a leak. When you drive your car, you will see the oil dripping out of the sump, and that is because you either forgot to put the washer or you accidentally dropped the washer. Now in this car I'm changing the oil about 8,000 to 9,000 kilometers, and you can see it's black, but because this is a diesel engine, so that's perfectly normal. Diesel engine oils are normally this color. So we will give it a few minutes to empty up the sump, and at the same time I'm gonna open the top of the oil filling cap to let the air go in, so that will clear it quickly. While oil is being drained, we can pull the dipstick out to let the air go in, and open the oil filling cap. That will make it faster to drain the oil. I'll remove this cover to show you clear. This cap also has a seal here, so make sure you don't lose this seal as well, which will go like this. So this is the oil filling cap. Just leave it like this. I'm gonna add some clean engine oil, just to add few mLs, maybe 100 or 200 ml, to fill it in from here, and that will clear a little bit of more dirty engine oil. While the engine oil is being drained, we can prepare our sump nut. So we remove the old washer and clean the sump nut with the brake cleaner or sump plug. Nice and clean now. Here is the new washer, copper washer. This is the oil filter housing, so we will need to remove this filter and replace it with the new one. To remove this filter, you would need a 27mm socket. Same anti-clockwise. Just hit it a little bit to the anti-clockwise and it will be easy to open. You can put some piece of a tissue or a cloth while you're removing the filter, because there will be few drips. So here is the filter. Now I am gonna clean this housing as much as possible to clean the old dirty oil. Now it's much better now. You can also see a small hole there. There's one hole in the middle, but there is one hole on the top right corner. That's where the filter will sit in, which I will show you when we're installing the filter. So if you don't install the filter straight into that hole, you will not be able to close the filter housing. So I will show you when I'm installing the filter. So here we're installing the sump nut. Just make sure the washer is there, very important. Just wanna tighten it half a thread. You don't wanna over tight it. There is no need to tight it. There is no need to tie it very tight. Just half of the thread, so that it will be easy for you next time when you're changing the oil again. Just like so. And it will be fine. And we'll just put the cover back, and then we'll do the filter. So this is a old filter. We'll be removing this from the filter housing, and you can see a seal here which can be removed with any flathead screwdriver. I'm gonna clean it with the brake cleaner. Once it's all clean, make sure there is no residues or any dirt where you're gonna install the seal. So we're gonna install the seal, the rubber ring seal here, and I'm gonna use smear of engine oil just to lubricate the seal, and then I'll install it on. So here is a new rubber seal lubricated with the new clean engine oil. So it will go just like so. Now this is sit there properly. This with this knob, it will be the outside, and the flat side will go inside the filter, housing. And you just press it in firmly. Once it's sit, you can see it's not loose, it's not coming out loose, holding it firmly. Now our filter is ready to be installed. If you notice this, I mentioned that earlier, that there is a small hole on top of the in the filter housing, just right there on the top right. So if it doesn't sit in there, you won't be able to tighten this housing. So you will need to make sure that this will go inside on the top right corner of the hole. So once it's all turned in, you just need to snug it a little bit, and you don't want to over tight it. That's it. Once the sump nut has been installed and the new filter has been installed, now we can fill up with the new engine oil. So this will take 5 liter and 200 ml, so 5.2. Once we filled up the engine oil, just we can put the cap back in, and this dipstick also, don't forget to put the dipstick back in as well, and just run the engine for 10 to 15 minutes until it's back to normal running temperature.